Once again, thank you, everyone. Our second presentation today recognizes the contributions of Vaughan business PICCO Engineering. I would like to welcome Mike PICCO, president and founder of PICCO Engineering, his family, as well as other representatives from the company. As a city, we know it is important to support local businesses and celebrate their successes. Our economic development and culture services department works with local businesses to promote their great work and encourage their involvement in community and business events. One of those businesses is in fact PICCO Engineering. This structural engineering company was established in 1992 and has three main areas of expertise: stone, residential, and structural engineering. Led by Mike PICCO, its 40 employees have developed an international reputation in stone consulting. Recently, PICCO Engineering had the honor of being chosen as the engineering consultant to a UN, that's United Nations, memorial unveiled at the United Nations headquarters in New York City. PICCO's work on the memorial, The Return of the Ark, was unveiled at the International Day of Remembrance of the Victims of Slavery and the Transatlantic Slave Trade on March 25th. This project was a source of great pride as the PICCO team took on the coordination and design of the steel frame detailing. In September, another PICCO project went on display, a modern rendition of Michelangelo's David in Florence, Italy. PICCO used 3D software to detail each marble component and provided the engineering for the connection system that allowed for the structurally sound assembly of this great piece of art. I'd like to thank our Economic Development and Culture Services Department for their continued work with our local businesses. As a city and as a council, we are proud of the strong entrepreneurial spirit that exists here. On behalf of council, I would like to offer my congratulations to PICCO Engineering. You're a fantastic example of a business taking international products to the next level. By combining art with science, you are setting a new standard for our business community. This is, I don't know how you feel, but this is exceptional. It's really something that we're very, very proud of here in the City of Vaughan, to have such a strong presence internationally. I understand that also, Councillor, you'd like to say a few words?
Yes, if I could, Mr. Mayor. I note that the Chief Financial Officer of PICCO is a constituent of mine, which is not terribly big news, but Maria Castro is also a committed volunteer in our community, working with Hospice Vaughan and doing a wonderful job there. So I want to salute you, Maria, and the work you do there. And now I know what your day job is. So I mean, this is really a plus. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thanks, Councillor Corella. So now I'd like to invite, as I did before, Mike PICCO, President of Engineering, and his staff to come forward for their presentation. Please, go ahead.
Mayor Maurizio Bevilacqua, councillors, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to firstly thank the city for this great honor of recognizing PICCO Engineering. I'm very humbled by this honor, and I'm very proud of our accomplishments. I established PICCO in 1992 as a sole proprietor and chose the City of Vaughan for several reasons. I thought there were great opportunities and advantages to setting up in Vaughan, even though I lived in Mississauga. I found that being a structural engineer, a lot of the builders and developers were local in Vaughan, and we still continue to service many of them today. I also thought being centrally located gave me advantage to going after talent from east and west of the city, and many of our staff have been with us in excess of 10 and 15 years. So it's great in that respect. In addition to our structural engineering, as you mentioned, we carved ourselves a niche in the stone consulting industry, and we've become known as global leaders in this sector. We've been fortunate enough to work on some great projects throughout the world. Besides many of the largest homes in North America, from San Francisco to Long Island to Florida, Atlanta, we've worked on projects like the Aga Khan Museum and Performing Arts Center in Toronto. We worked on the Mariinsky Theater in Moscow. We've worked on Yale University, Canadian Museum of Human Rights, National Music Center in Calgary. So we've had the opportunity to work on several great projects. as well as the granite work on the City Hall here in Vaughan. We did the engineering on the granite cladding and soffits here. And of course, the Ark of Return, which we're being honored for today, was a great sense of pride for the company, for the significance of the project. Earlier this month, I attended Verona, Italy, and I was asked to do a few seminars there to a group of global architects, one of which was the Ark of Return, a case study on it, and had the opportunity to speak to approximately 100 architects from around the world, and it was a great sense of pride for us. I'm very proud of the PICCO team. We continue to invest in technology and continue to look for strong people to support our growth. Again, a sincere thanks, and I'm very honored by this.
Thank you very much. We're very honored to have you and your team here. It's a beautiful story. It's an incredible accomplishment. It speaks to, for us as a city, it really puts us on the global map through you, of course. But to be involved in meaningful projects, including the one in Winnipeg, I gather that you're talking about. I remember being involved in that project many years ago in the 90s when we were first fundraising in that area in Winnipeg for this museum. I guess you were dealing with the Aspers, is that correct? Yes. But I want to say how proud, I think I'm speaking on behalf of council when I say how proud that we are that we have such an incredibly internationally renowned company doing great work. And I know that with all this incredible spiritual work that you do, I'm sure you're going to come to, you're going to see the light and move to Vaughan as well as your residents pretty soon. It would be great to have a citizen like you here. Crombie doesn't mind. I try to get as much as I can from that city all the time, so don't worry about it. But thank you so much.
My parents live in Vaughan. So.
Okay, well then you're excused. Thank you so much. We're probably going to take a photo now, is that correct?